Disco sword, disco sword, disco sword, disco sword, disco sword. Disco sword. I am between a few big cosplay projects right now, and my brain is mush. So when I saw a video of someone covering a random household object in mirror tiles in order to make some decor out of it, and I thought about my own home decor choices and what I could cover in tiny little mirrors, well, it just clicked, and I haven't been able to think about anything else. So today, we're making a disco sword. Now, I decided I didn't want to use one of my real swords for the base of this project. So yesterday I went out and shopped around for many hours, just seeking some sort of toy or foam sword that I could use as a base. I did finally find one. I really like the shape of this in terms of just being sort of a generic sword shape. I was specifically looking for one that had an even shape up through the blade so that I would have a better chance of evenly spacing my mirror tiles. And I was also looking for one with a hilt that had a more generic shape. Surprisingly hard to find. Nobody wants to sell toy swords anymore. But bonus feature, this lights up. I also picked up 6,000 mirror tiles, so if this isn't enough, I might go ahead and give up. So I am in fact resisting every urge to just jump straight into this. Instead, I want to try and map it out a little bit. I feel like whenever I do come across somebody trying to disco-ify a random object, there is often a spot or two that feels like there's some weird overlap with the mirrors or the tiles aren't matching up right. And since this isn't just a basic round object like a disco ball, I do think I need to be kind of careful, or at least a little thoughtful. We'll see how long I hang on to that mindset.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
These mirror tiles are peel and stick, and I think the adhesive actually works pretty well. If I wanted it to be a bit more heavy duty, I would probably jump up to E6000 or something similar, but since this is working, I'll go ahead and save the effort here. I also found that working in rectangular clusters helped keep things more evenly spaced while also being easier and quicker to work with. Okay, we are off to a great start here. I am technically a little off center here towards the hilt and also a little bit at the point, but I don't know how much I can do about that at this stage, so I am going to kind of just push forward. I did almost immediately give up on my plans of planning. This came together super quick just because I was able to use bigger chunks of the tiled sheets, which I think helps keep things relatively even, almost to a fault, because then we get to the points where we find the breaks in between the sheets and they don't match up as perfectly. So we're getting to the point already where I need to start using smaller sections and potentially even just 1x1 squares. And this is of course where things are gonna slow down. I feel like I've made such great progress already. I am definitely nervous about actually rounding this corner to the side of the blade. And I don't really have a strategy other than just kind of go forth and conquer and just sort of see what works. So wish me luck on that. I'm also already extremely nervous about the hilt. I feel like this is where I'm going to need a great deal of brain power. And I don't have a lot of it right now. It is really pretty though. It is just scratching that itch in my crow brain. I am glad I decided to do this on the foam version of a sword because if I get to a section that isn't perfectly flat to line up with the back of the mirror tile, I can just press it down to get more area in contact with the adhesive, if that makes sense. If I did a regular, less pliable sword, it might have adhesive that is just open to the world and to capture all of the cat hair that is just floating around this house. Fellow cat owners, you know what I'm talking about. This is the best idea I've ever had. I'm definitely facing issues with like gaps forming in between some of the tiles. I think I'm gonna try and get my hands on some glass cutting tools and see if I can make some like custom shaped tiles to fill in those gaps. It's pretty prevalent in the point of the sword. I'll need to clean that up a little bit, but I think that that's what would get me to the point where I'd be very happy with the layout of this. So I need to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that, and unfortunately I think that means just doing it and seeing if it works. This really does just bring so much joy. Now seems like the perfect time to shout out my beloved patrons, with special thanks to Danielle, my #1 maker and shaker over on Patreon. I will have some behind the scenes things to share as we gear up for KatsuCon in just a few weeks, so come on by if that's your thing. Okay, I think I am done placing all of the full-size glass mirror tiles, and now we're going to get into the more intricate part where I have to actually go about cutting these tiles in half a few different ways to fill in some of the gaps, which are really prevalent along the hilt, and then there's also some spaces along the blade of the sword that need to be filled in as well. But overall, things are looking really good and I'm very happy with the progress. Now I just need to teach myself how to cut glass. I did pick up this glass scoring tool that should help me. I feel like I might be missing some other important tools, but this is going to at least get me started. I've practiced a little bit and I think I have it figured out. So note that this is not a tutorial on how to cut glass, it's just how I'm doing it. This is the part that's probably going to take the longest, so let's get after it. I'm sure by now you can tell I lost any semblance of perfectionism here, and very much rounded out this project with the good enough mindset. This is just a little project for me that no one else is gonna see, except for you, and you're cool, so it's fine. I'm not worried. If I had to pick an inanimate object to put my soul into, you're looking at it. Needless to say, I am so stoked on my new home decor piece. My house doesn't have like a lot of windows, so anything that will help transfer some of the natural light and spread it around the room is something I have come to really appreciate. And then the fact that it is sword shaped just brings me so much joy. Is it perfect? No. Do I think I could have done it better? Not really, but do I still love it immensely? Yes. This definitely wasn't difficult to do and was a relatively quick craft. Definitely added to the time the fact that I had to learn how to score glass effectively. But I do always love an opportunity to learn a new craft. I definitely need to acknowledge the fact that I should have been using proper protective equipment. I am certain that I have a million tiny little cuts in my hands from the glass shards that are now covering my workspace. I'm not that worried about it. So next time I will be getting gloves, glasses, even potentially a mask. I think that would be appropriate for like truly protecting myself as I work through any other projects like this. Speaking of which, I definitely still have probably over 1,000 mirror tiles. What else should I disco-ify? Like I said up top, this was kind of a smaller project in between a few bigger projects that are coming down the line. So let me know if you found as much joy in this as I did, because I had a blast making this. And if you had as much fun as I did, it would mean the world to me if you would like and subscribe. And if you do, I will see you in 2 weeks for my next video. Take care.